Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is a bit of a short video today, albeit 8 minutes long. This is the steam test carried out on the 7¼ Quarry Hunslet, Lady Margaret at the Steel Workshop. We have got the customer coming in tomorrow, so a quick steam test today to just hash out the last few details on the locomotive, just to make sure everything's tickety-boo, so it will all be nice tomorrow. And I start by chucking a fire in her. Whilst everything's warming up, I'm just topping up the fluids, so a bit of steam oil going in, making sure I'm not filling it up past the drive shaft through the middle, because you tend to have leaks coming out at the sides. So yeah, just top it up to just underneath the spindle and it'll be good. And then going around and lubricating all the motion, nice coat of oil and everything was oiled in the workshop when it was all being assembled. But yeah, just another quick bit of oil before we have to get the oil turning. And then it's just a case of stoking the fire and getting the pressure up lovely. Around about 40 psi, I take it off the airline blower that we use and I put it onto the locomotive blower. Now on this locomotive, this blower is really fierce. It's got a 3/8 ball valve, blow valve, which then goes through a 1/4 inch pipe, so it does deliver a heck of a lot of steam up the chimney to draw the fire through. It is something we do end up having to adapt later in the video. But here we're up to pressure now, we're at 100 psi. I've got the blower whacked full open. With the steam test here, we make sure that the safety valves are capable of relieving enough pressure, and we generally, as a rule of thumb, we go for 10% over the pressure rating for the boiler. So this is 100 psi operating pressure, so anything over 110 it is classed as a fail on the steam test. We also check in both injectors. Now this left hand injector, it was a little bit finicky to start with. You've just got to be gentle opening that valve. As I say, it's 3/8 BSP globe valve. It lets a lot of steam through, and open it too quick and it doesn't like it, so you've got to be really gentle. Just crack it and then wind it open. As the pressure cools down a little bit, you get a little bit more steam on. But yeah, I knock that one off and I go around and test the other side. Now this one at first doesn't work. So I go water on, get a good stream, gentle on with the steam, water speeds up, and then yeah, it wouldn't pick up. So there's a couple of immediate action drills that we go through with regards to an injector that doesn't pick up. First one I try is I just loosen off the delivery pipe and see if there's any blockage at the clack. Which you can soon tell if you crack open that valve. Sometimes the ball's stuck on the seat in the plaque. If you just loosen the pipe off on the front of the injector, sometimes you can get it to pick up, where then you just crank the nut back down once it's picked up. It does get water everywhere, but it's okay at this stage. Now this trick, it has worked a few times. It's not an accurate way of doing it really, but it sometimes helps where we get water everywhere, but no, it doesn't pick up. And I actually try it up at the clack end, tighten that up, try it up at the clack end, see if it'll pick up now. No, it transpires that it's where the quick release fastener is into the rear buffer beam on the locomotive. That is where the loose joint was. It was sucking air in at the water feed, and now it works lovely. So to pass a steam test, it needs to have 2 forms of water, and on this locomotive it is 2 injectors, and they both work. So that is that part of the steam test passed. Now here John's just brought back out the pipe. If ever I've got a problem with an injector, I always rely on John. He really is a whiz with injectors, and what we've had to do is we put a choke in the pipe to reduce the bore of the pipe. So we've taken the pipe off, we've slid a piece of copper pipe inside it, it chokes the pipe down and hopefully restricts the flow of steam. And yeah, we had to do that 2 or 3 times, and it was still unfortunately building pressure. Then a little bit of get a wheels turning and a blast on the whistle, really quite nice sounding whistle. And drain cocks open here, so I'm checking the function of drain cocks, making sure all 4 drain cocks are open at the same time, evacuating steam and water from the cylinders, and then I'll close the drain cocks and just see that they are indeed closed. So they work lovely. Yeah, it really doesn't take much regulator to get the wheels turning on this now. All the fixes I've done on this have worked out brilliantly. So it runs lovely forwards. And I'm just going to pop it into reverse, and it takes off with a bit of a start here. There's no load on the locomotive. On the track it should be perfectly fine setting off. It won't set off that fast. Yeah, it runs just as nicely in reverse as it does in forwards. Doot doot. This locomotive also builds steam very, very well under its normal running. So back to the steam test again. Got blower on again. Both safety valves are lifted at this moment, going wide on with the blower, and yeah, unfortunately again it doesn't like it. We've choked this down to the point where almost it won't put enough steam up the chimney to lift a fire at a lower pressure, so we have to revisit. And what we end up doing on this locomotive is we do a little bit of a modification to the safety valves. John's going to do that, and hopefully tomorrow test them again, and they should be good to go. Yeah, they just don't evacuate enough steam, unfortunately. And again here, just testing it. Yeah, already up 110. Unfortunately, that is a fail in our books. So yeah, end of the day now, drop the fire. So first thing I do is I drop the ash pan. I rake out as much coal as I can, so I've not got any fire sat directly beneath the engine. Roll the tender out of the way, and I can drag the ash pan out. Now I'm making sure I'm not going to quench the ash pan. They're cast iron grates. And yeah, I don't want to quench the ash pan, but I want to douse the flames on the coals that I've dropped. Also washing all the coals off the trolley. Now the boiler's already down to about 40 psi here at this point, so it is now safe to blow down. So I open the blow down and start evacuating the water and the steam from the boiler. This is sometimes a little bit of a boring part of the process, but I then start doing the tidying up. So I gather the ash pan back in, gather all my tools up, sweep the floor, make the area nice and clean again, get rid of all the coals off the floor. It's all been doused now, so yeah, I sweep it up onto the ramp, let all the water drain off it, and then I can sweep it up and deposit it in the bin. Yeah, not a bad test day really. Unfortunately the safety valves aren't quite up to standard yet, but that's just a little bit of a tweak. John's a whiz with safety valves. I'm sure he'll have them good as gold, ready for testing again in the morning. As I say, got a customer coming in tomorrow to have a play with this engine, so it'll be down on a ground level track, and lots of backwards and forwards. Should be a good day. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and always thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.